What's up? What's up? What's up, Soleil? Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, beloved. Good morning, but good morning. Boom. Good morning to you all. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday. What's up? What's up, Ava? So good to see you, beloved. Tracy's in the building. Let's go, Tracy. What's up, Rhonda? So good to see you. Yvonne's in the building. What's up, Yvonne? Bella Bella, so good to see you. What's up, Shauna? So good to see you. Darlene's in the building. Let's go. What's up, Gina? What is going on? What's going on? Mindset Masters family. Mindset Masters is in the building. Afro Champagne, I see you. I see you. I see you, nephew. What was I going to say? Do me a favor, you guys, share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. If you are watching this live stream from any other platform, YouTube, LinkedIn, any other platform, you guys are welcome to join us over on TikTok, which is where we are streaming from live. We are streaming live from TikTok right now. Do me a favor, you guys, share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Brock. I appreciate that, beloved. Again, do me a favor, you guys, share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. If you haven't already done so, please share the live to your stories. Sefe, what's going on? Sefe, I sent you a message in the community. I sent you a message. What's up, April? I sent you a message. Sefe on a whole nother level right now. He's on a whole other level right now. So proud of him. So proud of him. So proud of him. What's up, Donnie? So good to see you. So good to see you. What's up, April? That part right there, Northern. So good to see you, beloved. All is well. All is well. My life is in a mess. That's the blessing. It's not the curse. It's the blessing. What hurts us is our definitions, not reality itself. The way you're defining your life is what's hurting you more than anything else. I promise you. What's up, Red? So good to see you. Do me a favor, you guys, again, share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Love needs action. Trust needs proof. And I'm sorry needs change. That's the mindset you got to be walking through life with today. Love needs action. Trust needs proof. And I'm sorry needs change. I'm sorry means absolutely nothing if the behavior hasn't changed. Tell that person to save the I'm sorry for somebody else. If the behavior hasn't changed that made them need to say I'm sorry to begin with, then I'm sorry means nothing. Love needs action. Love without action is called manipulation, period. Trust needs proof. Show me. Your words don't give me the truth. Only reality can give me the truth. Only the experience can give me the truth, not your words. Your words don't take me to the truth. They only take me to your truth. not to God's truth. Love needs action. Trust needs proof. And I'm sorry needs change. When that becomes your mindset, people can't manipulate you. When your mindset is set to that, you can't be played with anymore. That's the most powerful mindset right there, beloved. That's the most powerful mindset right there, Red. Love needs action. Don't tell me you love me and I don't see it. The words mean nothing to me. Give me the action. In fact, you can keep the words. Don't give me the words. Just give me the actions. Give me the actions that are reflective of the words, and then we got something. If you just giving me the words, but I don't get the action, we don't have anything. I'm sorry needs change, period. If the person hasn't changed the behavior that made them need to say I'm sorry to begin with, then nothing has changed. Some of you guys are accepting I'm sorry from a person that has been demonstrating that same behavior for the last year. I'm sorry, I ain't gonna do it again. I'm gonna stop. It doesn't mean anything. That means nothing. I'm sorry doesn't mean anything. Keep the I'm sorry. I don't even want you to tell me I'm sorry. I just want you to change the behavior that made you need to say I'm sorry to begin with, and now we got something. Keep the I'm sorry. It doesn't mean anything. Keep the I'm sorry. It means nothing. Because see, when you change the behavior, that lets me know you really rock with me. When you change the behavior, that lets me know you really love me. When you say I'm sorry, but you don't change the behavior, that means that I'm just being manipulated at that time. You buying time. See, when people tell you they're sorry, what they're really doing is buying time. If they haven't changed the behavior, then they're just buying time. We talked about that future faking. You got to be careful. There's some people in your life right now that might be future faking. What's future faking? People coming into your life promising you some future that they never plan on delivering on. Have no intentions on bringing you the future. We're going to build an empire together. You ain't built an empire yourself. How you going to build an empire with me? You ain't never built one. Get all these people that's doing all this future faking out of your life. I'm telling you. You got people in your life right now that you allowed in your life that's selling you a future that they have never created themselves. You're the future. That's the problem. You don't see it because you ain't game tight enough. You don't understand that the future is you. The future that they're talking about building is really you. I'm going to leverage you. I'm going to leverage your credit. I'm going to leverage your financial resources. I'm going to leverage everything that I can get out of you. You are my future. The future that I'm selling you is smoke and mirrors. And when you lack self-awareness, you don't understand that. You guys got to understand, man, I've been training great white sharks my whole life. I've been training killer whales my whole life. I've been training lions and lionesses my whole life. I didn't see it all. I'm one person you can't run game on. You got people stepping in your life doing all this future faking, promising you things that they ain't never created themselves. Before you let a person promise you something in the future, tell them, show me the evidence of what you've done before. Now we got something. Show me the evidence of an empire that you built before. If you can't show me the evidence of an empire that you built before, then how you gonna promise me an empire in the future if you can't show me an empire? That's like an architect. Think about what I'm saying to you. If an architect walks up to you right now and promises you to build, they're gonna build you this mansion. Okay, it's just an architect, and they're making all these. I'm gonna build you the biggest, most beautiful home. You say, okay, wonderful. Show me a home that you built in the past. It doesn't even have to be a mansion. Just show me a home that you built in the past. You can't show me a home that you built in the past. How you gonna build me one in the future? You always questioning me. You always don't. You act like you don't trust me. You see right there, right there. That's where all the manipulation get ready to come in. That's where all the cap getting ready to come in. You don't ever trust me. Every time I try to mention something to you, you always act like, no. You ain't built nothing. You sit here promising some future to somebody that you haven't built yourself. And what the person doesn't understand is that the future that they're talking about building is you are that future for them. Because you're on a level that they're not on. That's why they get ready to leverage you. You are what's getting ready to be leveraged. I told you, in every relationship, it comes with two L's, love or leverage. Those are the only two L's you can get from a relationship. You're either going to get love from that relationship or you're going to be leveraged. Your job is to know the difference between the two. I need to say that again. Do I need to say that again, or did your earpiece fall out? You get 2 L's in a relationship. You're going to either get love from that person or you're going to be leveraged. And they'll come in riding the surfboard of love so that they can leverage you. What does that mean? They're going to tell you everything you need to hear. Because you didn't already gave that person a blueprint to who you are. You didn't already told them too much about you. So they already know exactly how to frame their conversation to make you feel good about yourself. I'm telling you. Every relationship is going to bring you 2 L's. Really low key 3: love, leverage, and loss. Because once you get leverage, it's all lost from there. So you're gonna get you either gonna get love from that person, you're gonna get leverage from that person, and once you get leverage from that person, you're gonna get left with loss. You're gonna be sitting there looking confused. Build yourself. That's the only empire you need to build. That's the empire that God wants you to build. Build you. Period. That's the only thing I build is me. I build me. See, I can't be played with or manipulated if I'm building me. But the moment that I get something, I bring somebody in my life, they talk about, oh, we're going to build this and we're going to build that. We're going to take over the world. We're going to do all these things. And that's cap. Show me a world that you built before, then I'm all on board. Just show me one world. It ain't got to be a big world. It can be a world this big. Show me a world that you built before. Any world. I don't give a damn. We go to Disney World. Show me that. Have you built anything there? Show me a world that you built before, then I'm all with you. If you can't show me anything, then the only thing you're giving me right now is a future that you can't land on. See, what we don't understand is that when people come into your life, oftentimes the future that they're talking about, you are it for them. There is no other future. You are it for them, meaning that they're not on your level yet. They're not where you are yet. So you a level up for them. You a whole level up for them. But you got caught up with the you so pretties, and you got caught up with the you so smart, and you got caught up with the you're so talented, and you're so funny, and you so attractive, and oh my God, how'd you end up being something? Get out here with all that cat, man. Get off of that. Quit letting people play with you. Person told you everything that you should have been telling yourself. You should have been telling yourself that. That way, I tell myself that every day. That way, when I hear from you, I know it's cap. I don't need you to tell me what I am. I already know what I am. Tell me what value are you going to bring to my table? I ain't got no problem bringing you a future, but show me the value that you bring to the table. Who are you? What are you attracted? What do you bring to my table? Show me what you're bringing first. I'm gonna bring my 50%, but I'll bring my 50% after you bring yours. See, that's how you get rid of the bullshit. I'm gonna bring my 50%. Show me your 50%. And your 50% can't be intellectual property, meaning I got the idea, because the idea doesn't mean nothing until it materializes. Everybody thinks that their idea is good until it's time to start building the idea. Your ideas mean nothing. I don't give a damn. Oh, I got $1 million idea. False. That's all cap. Ain't no such thing as $1 million idea. You know how hard it is to build an idea? Do you know how hard it is to take an idea from scratch and to build that out into something that the world is going to want to see? You know how hard that is? Do you know how long that takes? I take off running. The moment that a person tells me, oh, I got $1 million idea, I'm out, because I already know you ain't never built nothing. The moment you say you got $1 million idea, that automatically lets me know you built nothing. A real entrepreneur knows it's going to take a long time for us to build this out. And not only is it going to take a long time for us to build this out, it may not be successful. The chances that it won't be successful are greater than the chances that it will. That's just the truth. The reason why that person calls it a good idea is because they are emotionally connected to it. And they're emotionally connected to it because it's coming from their desires. It's coming from their needs. It's coming from the fact that they might be broke at that moment. It's coming from the fact that they're looking to leverage you. So of course they're going to call it a good idea. It's coming from their mind. It doesn't matter what you call it. What matters is what does the world call it. If the world doesn't call it a good idea, then it's not a good idea. Because they the ones got to buy it. You ain't buying it. The world is going to buy it. So is it just a good idea to you, or will it be a good idea to the world? Get all of these people out of your life, man, that come in doing all this future faking, promising you all these pipe dreams. Do me a favor and shed a light to your stories. Yeah, if it's not a good idea to the world, beloved, it's not a good idea. I don't give a damn that it's a good idea to you. The moment that somebody tells you, "Oh, I got $1 billion idea," how you know it costs? How you know it's $1 million idea and you ain't never built $1 billion business? How you gonna sit here and sell me on the fact that your idea is $1 million idea and you ain't never made $1 million in your life? You ain't never built nothing worth $1 million. And all of a sudden, you got $1 million idea. No, people tell you that to put you in park. People tell you that because you really do want that future. You really do want that life. But you ain't paying attention to the fact that the person that's telling you all of this has never built anything substantial, has never built anything that has worked before. You are the thing. And that's what you blind to. You are the thing that they getting ready to build. They getting ready to leverage you. You're going to be going your little purse, going your little pocketbook, going your little bank account, and you're going to start feeding money to them. And that was the business, right? The moment you reach in your pocketbook to hand someone some money and they have no evidence of anything that they built before in the past, you just got played. I said, the moment you reach in your pocketbook, dog, to hand someone some money for some business that you have zero evidence of anything they've done in the past, you just got played. Played, violin played. You moving through life like that, you're gonna have a hard life. Hard. Hard life. You need POC. Anytime that you are dealing with a potential investor, whether that be a hard money lender, whether that be, I do this, man. I do this for real. I don't do no capping. I can show you multiple businesses that I've built and they've been successful. I used to build businesses and just sell it. So I know what it takes to build one. Everything is predicated on POC. People want to see proof of concept. Show me some shit. Don't tell me nothing. Show me something. If you can't show me anything, you just talking. When you sit down with any angel investor, when you sit down with any hard money lender, when you sit down with any bank, the first thing they want to see is POC. Show me that it works. Show me who it worked for. What's your business's value stream? Meaning, what's the system that you have in place to go from thought to idea, from product to customer? What's that system that's in place? What's your business's value stream? Bottom line, how we gonna do it? Who is it working for? Who did you beta test this product? What market did you beta test this product in? To know that it's gonna be so fantastic like you telling me. Period. Do you have a prototype that I can see? Have we even tested the prototype in the market? See, I'm the human manifestation of POC. I am my own POC. I've transformed myself into the business. I've got receipts from here to Africa. I can walk into any bank. I can walk into I'm from CNBC to CNB. I mean to CBS. You name it. I've got offers from all over the world to come and speak. Come do a talk show for us, coach. That's what we need. I'm just not trying to commercialize what it is that I do, but I can flood you with receipts. Because I am the POC, meaning what I bring, the service that I bring to the table, there has been tens of thousands of people's lives that have been transformed. By it. I can walk into any bank and I flood it with so many people, you wouldn't even fit inside the bank anymore. That's POC. So if a person can't bring POC to your table, they don't have anything. It's all talk. And the moment you reached in your pocket to hand somebody some money and you had seen no POC, you got played. You shouldn't be in business. You don't need to be talking about business. You need to go back to business school or wherever it is you coming from and go and get some education when it comes to that so you'll understand. And everybody going to invest in your business like that? All right, let's get busy getting busy. What's up, Juliet? See, any entrepreneur is going. You know that, man. It's hard. It's hard to build a brand. The brand I'm building now, it's hard. It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? It all sounds good when you're in the infancy stage of it. So you got to understand that a business has you got your infancy stage, right? You got your growth phase. You got your maturity phase, and then you have your default phase. When a business starts out, you're starting out in the infancy phase, meaning that the business needs you to start pouring all this money into it and pouring the market into it and pouring all of that. Okay, and then once you transcend the infancy phase, then you start to hit your growth phase, meaning that you got your product out there, people are buying it, people are doing whatever it is they're doing with your product. Okay, wonderful. You're in the growth phase. At some point in time, you want to level off to your maturity phase. The maturity phase is that when your business has pretty much hit its peak. It's pretty much doing whatever it is it's going to do. What you don't want to do is have that business hit its decline phase, because once it hits the decline phase, 9 times out of 10, it never comes back from that. The decline phase is usually a reflection of the relationship that that person or that business owner has with themselves. Meaning, I'm out partying too much, so I'm not taking care of the business like I need to. I'm running the streets. I'm not taking care of the business like I need to. Me and my significant other fighting all the time. I'm not taking care of the business like I need to. So the business will start to hit its decline phase, because the business is only an extension of you. That's all it is. It's just an extension of you. Whatever you put into that business is what that business is going to ultimately become. So it's a reflection of you. So if I'm out partying all night and I'm kicking it all night and I'm at the club and I'm not reinvested in the business, it's going to hit its decline phase. And when it hits that decline phase, you change the business's relationship with the customer. And once the business relationship with the customer has changed, people won't come back. Once you have a bad experience with McDonald's, chances are you're not going to go back to McDonald's. Once you have a bad experience with Ruth Chris, chances are you won't come back to that. Why? Because the experience was so bad. You can never let people have some bad or negative experience with your business. That's why your business has to be priority. But when people don't understand it, so it doesn't matter what somebody's idea is. There's a whole process involved. That's like your kid. Think about your kid for a second. When you have a small child, you don't know what that kid is going to grow up to be. You can't say that when that kid is 1 or 2 years old that they going to the NFL or they going to the NBA and they're going to be some Oscar-winning actor. You don't know. You don't know. It's Russian roulette. You don't know. So the only thing that you can do is pour the best of everything you are into that kid, but you don't know what that kid is going to ultimately be. Okay, the business is 10 times more difficult than it is with the kid. Because my business relies on you. It doesn't rely on me. It relies on you to see the value in it. And the business has to give more value than the value that it's receiving from the person. Meaning, if I got a product that's $10 or $20, that product has to offer more value to that customer than the value that the customer has to pay to receive the product. If my product doesn't offer more value, why would that customer come back? That customer needs to feel like they won in the exchange. That's what makes people want to do business with your business. When people feel I receive more value from what you have to offer than the value that it costs me to get it from you. So you think about what I'm saying. Think about what I'm saying. Think about Rolls Royce. Let's just use Rolls Royce for an example. It's going to cost you $500,000 to get that Rolls Royce. $500,000. But when you go to get the when you go to pay Rolls Royce the $500,000, you feel lucky in the exchange. You feel like you won. Because in your mind, that Rolls Royce is going to do things for your personality. It's going to do things for your status. It's going to do things for your confidence. It's going to do things for the way that you are perceived in the world. The Rolls Royce is going to bring an infinite amount of value to your life. More than the $500,000 that it costs you to get the Rolls Royce. That's why you don't have no problem paying it. Now, if you're going to pay that $500,000 and that Rolls Royce is not going to do all those things for your life, you're not going to buy it. That Rolls Royce is going to stay parked on the parking lot. I mean, at the dealership. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. When people buy Rolls Royces, they feel like they won. They feel like they walked away with the biggest slice of cake in that moment. Think about what I'm saying. You get ready to spend $500,000 and you feel like you won? That's how your business has to be. When you start a business, people have to walk away feeling like I won. If they don't feel like they won, why would they come back? Same thing with a Rolex. When that person goes to buy that Rolex for $50,000, $100,000, they feel like they won in the exchange. They feel like they received more value from the exchange than the $50,000 that it cost them to get it. And if they didn't feel that way, they would have never bought it. But that model, that business model doesn't just work for businesses, it works for life as well. When people are in a relationship with you, what makes them stay in a relationship with you is they feel like they're receiving more value in the exchange than what it cost them to get the value. And as long as they feel that way, they're going to stay. Why would they leave? People leave when they feel like they're getting less value in the exchange than what it cost them to get it. Does it make sense? So that's not just for business, that's for life as well. If I got a friendship and I feel like I'm giving all of this value to the friendship, but I feel like I'm not getting much value back in exchange, why would I stay with that person? Why would I keep calling that person my friend? I'm telling you, people chase value. That's what they're chasing. That's what they want. Whether they're getting that value from you, whether they're getting it from someone else, people want value. That's what everybody's looking for. So you got to be value centric, not problem centric, value centric. Solutions minded, not problems minded. Nobody wants to be around a person that's talking about their problems all day long. You got to be solutions minded and value centric. I only focus on the value that I'm gonna bring to your life. That's it. That's all. And the moment that I see that the value that I give is not the same as the value that I get in return, then that's not a fair exchange of value. Fair exchange of value is the thing that makes most relationships fall apart because there's no fair exchange of value, meaning somebody feels I'm giving more value than the value that I'm receiving in return. Everything works on a fair exchange of value. Fair exchange of value, I'm telling you right now, whoever it is that's on their way to court right now to go get a divorce are on their way because they feel like they were receiving less value in the exchange. I'm giving all of this, but I'm only getting a little bit back in return or none in return. No fair exchange of value. So they want out. But you're gonna do that with businesses, or you're gonna do that with people as well. All right. Let's get into this live. That part right there, and fair exchange is not a robbery. That part right there, you know, it's if there's no fair exchange of value, but that has to be your mindset. Is there a fair exchange of value that's happening in your friendships right now, happening in your relationships right now, happening in that business right now? And if you're thinking about starting a business as a young entrepreneur, you got to understand that your idea isn't worth anything right now, even though you think it is. You think it's worth something because you're emotionally attached to it. That's why you believe that, right? And chances are, when we start out with the business, we're starting out from a place of desperation, not inspiration. When you start out from desperation, it's because financially you're not where you want to be right now. You may be struggling right now. You may be behind on your rent right now. You may be behind on whatever. So you're moving through life with desperation. When you move through life with desperation, you're going to run out of gas, baby. You're going to run out of gas. You're going to run out of motivation. You're going to run out of inspiration. And a year later, you ain't going to even be doing that thing. You're going to keep jumping from great idea to great idea because you're not moved by inspiration. Does that make sense? All right, let's get busy. None of this is even about the live. I don't even know where I'm going with all this. That part right there, Lynetta, you're gonna run out of gas because it's not predicated on inspiration. It's predicated on desperation. And don't get me wrong, I'm just letting you know you're gonna run out of gas. You're gonna run out of motivation. You're gonna run out of inspiration because again, there's only two types of businesses that you're gonna start. You're gonna start one from a place of inspiration, or you're gonna start one from a place of desperation. And if you're starting from a place of desperation, you're gonna run out of gasoline. That's all I'm telling you. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't matter that you think your business is, you doesn't matter that you think your idea is a great one. You should think it's a great idea because it's your idea. It doesn't matter what you think about it. What matters is what does the world think about it? Because if you walking through life thinking that your idea is a good idea and you're building it from that, no, beta test that before you go and spend all your money and your time and your energy and your effort and everything like that. Create a prototype for your business, whatever that thing might be, and go and beta test it with people that are not emotionally attached to you. Because if you beta test it with people that are emotionally attached to you, they're going to tell you what you need to hear because they ain't going to want to hurt your feelings. Right? All right, let's get busy getting busy. This ain't even about the live. Do me a favor real quick and share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Do me a favor and share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Let's get the likes up, you guys, so that we can get the medicine out. Big homie, I see you. And another thing is create a pitch deck for your business. Don't create a business plan. Create a pitch deck. What is a pitch deck? Does anybody that doesn't know what a pitch deck is? Anyone that does not know what a pitch deck is? Just type no if you don't know what a pitch deck is. Okay. Business plans are boring. People are not going to read your business plan. I'm telling you that right now. Let me just tell you that right now. They're not going to read your business plan because business plans are boring and they're long and there are too many details going on. People get lost reading the business plans, you know. So what you want to have is you have people. There's plenty of people out there that will create that will create business plans for you. What you want that person to create for you is a pitch deck. The pitch deck is it's kind of like think about when you go to the movie theater, right? When you go to the movie theater, before the movie starts, you see the trailer to the movies, right? You see all of these different trailers for movies that are coming in the future, right? That's what your pitch deck is. Your pitch deck is the trailer for your business. It's all of the features, all of the benefits, all of the pizzazz, all of the flash, all of the reasons why a person would want to invest in your business. It's the trailer to your business. That part right there is the previews. It's the highlight reel. And that's what gets people excited. So don't give them the business plan first because you're going to lose them. Give them the pitch deck first. Get both created. So when you go to the person that's going to do your business plan, have them do your pitch deck and your business plan. But when you go to meet that person, only give them the pitch deck. If they call you back, then you give them the business plan. But give them the pitch deck first, because the pitch deck is going to get them excited. If they don't call you back about the pitch deck, they would have never called you back about the business plan. So give them the pitch deck first. Again, the pitch deck is the trailer to the movie. It's all the excitement. It's all the flash, right? And people who create business plans, they're going to know how to extract all of the fruit and all of the benefits, and they're going to see it. They're going to look at it through a different filter, and they're going to make it exciting as hell. They're going to make your business sound so good, you're going to want to invest in it. You're going to be like, damn, I need to invest in this one. All right, let's get busy. Let's get busy. We ain't even got to the live yet. So yeah, pitch decks over business plans. Get both. Don't get me wrong. Get both, but only present the pitch deck. And what they're going to do is when they do the pitch deck, they're going to give you all of these different comparables with the different type of people that are doing whatever it is you're doing, how they've had success. They're going to make your business look and sound amazing, even though you haven't created the physical thing yet. And you don't need to have started the business to do the pitch deck. This is just when everything is just in idea phase, when you're still thinking about what it is that you want to do, right? They can create that. Because if you don't have that, why would that person even want to listen to you? You don't even have a pitch deck. Why would they listen to you? Like, that's simple. All right, let's get busy. Let me give you this real quick. Let me say this real quick and let me get out of here on this. I'm going to change the channel on this. Once you get your pitch deck set up, get your LLC set up. Once you get your LLC set up, have the business credit built out for your LLC. Because oftentimes what you're going to be able to do, especially if your credit is in good standing, what you're going to be able to do is you can generate the income that you're going to need, right, from your business credit. Once you get your business credit built, you can go and generate the money that you need, right? Just through people giving loans to the business, you can go and generate the money that you need to then go out and build that business. And you're playing with house money because you're not utilizing your own money. You're utilizing the business's business credit. And the business's business credit does not affect you personally. It doesn't impact your personal credit at all. Has nothing to do with your personal credit, has nothing to do with your personal finances. You're operating on the businesses. And so if that business doesn't succeed for whatever the reason, even though that's not what you're looking for, but if that business doesn't succeed for whatever the reason, then you have to do what we call a BK, right? You've got to bankrupt that business. It doesn't impact you personally. That's why when people are like, oh, well, Donald Trump, he bankrupt 10 businesses and all that, no, those were the businesses. That had nothing to do with him, right? He was playing with house money. So he can shut down that business as many times as he wants to because it's not affecting him personally. But if you don't understand business and you hear bankrupt, you think it's a bad thing. It's not in business. If the business isn't succeeding, then you got to shut it down. And then you go back and you do another one, you build another one, you build another one until you do it. But when you understand business credit and you understand how corporations work, I can use the bank's money to build out my ideas. And the bank wants you to do that. They want you to build out your ideas, but you got to set everything up. So get your LLC set up. Right? Get all the licenses that you're going to need for your business or whatever the case may be. Even if your business is virtual, it doesn't have to be a brick and mortar. It can be virtual, right? Get everything set up. You need to have your pitch deck set up. And then you can get your business credit in order. Once you get your business credit in order, now you're playing with house money because you're not utilizing your money. You're utilizing the business's money to go out and build what you want. Now you got something. But your business is here and you're here. They're not connected. So anything that goes wrong with your business, it doesn't impact you negatively. Now, it doesn't impact your credit, it doesn't impact your finances at all. Don't get the money from your business credit and then go blow it buying cars and houses and clothes and taking your friends to the mall. No, go and reinvest that money into that business and build that business out like you need to. And when you do that, you're going to be something special. I'm telling you now, man, I do this. I don't use my money to build stuff. I use the world's money to build stuff. That's why I tell you, you a walking, talking ATM machine. The problem is that you just missing certain information. If you don't have the information that you need, then you're gonna be stuck in life. I don't. So the moment that I have an idea, I know how to go and build out that idea. But I'm not gonna walk up to you. Oh, I got $1 million idea. No, it'll become $1 million idea once I get the pitch deck set up. once I get the LLC set up, once I get whatever the necessary licenses that I need, once I've got my business credit established and stuff like that, and the bank might give me, I may get 100,000 from this bank, I may get 50,000 from this bank, I may get 250,000 from this bank. But when you combine all of that, now I have that $1 million. Now I can go out and get everything that business is going to need to do what I need to do. That's all you need. Information changes situations, but it can't change the situation if you don't have the information. That's the problem. We surround ourselves with people that have never been where you're trying to go. So the moment you start talking to them about what your plans are, what your vision is, you're in trouble. All right, let's get busy. Let's get busy. Let's get busy. Let's get busy. Enough of that. Enough of that. Enough of that. Enough of that stuff. Enough of all of that. All right, let's get into this live. Because none of that is about the live. I did not plan on talking about any of that today at all. Yeah, I'm telling y'all that just for my students, don't build everything out. Business credit, business credit your way on out. That's what everybody else is doing. That's what everybody else is doing. You got to get in the game. You ain't gonna win the game if you think about it. If you're trying to do everything on your own money and on your own personal credit and on your own and on this and on that, well, what's gonna happen if that first business don't succeed? Now your money is gone. Now your credit is ruined. Now what you gonna do? You sitting here stuck. Nah, you got to get in the right game, man, and get your business credit built, and leverage that because you leverage that because it's not attached to you. Just don't blow the money because they get real tight when it comes to that. Don't blow that money. Don't spend money on things don't start buying Chanel bags and Gucci bags. Really have receipts. Keep every single receipt. So that way, if you got to BK that corporation or that LLC, they know that you didn't go out playing with the money. That's all you have to do. You just got to be able to show. So don't think because you have access to the money that it's your money. No, it's the bank's money. It's going to become your money once you flip the bank's money and you start making profits. Now that's mine. Now I can give that back to the bank. I've got my money and I just leverage them. But they're going to make their little interest on it and do whatever it is they do and all that's fine. All right, let's get busy getting busy. You guys got to remember, that's how banks make money. How do you think they make money? They make money by loaning money. If they don't loan money, they can't make money. How are they going to make money if they don't loan it? So you got to get in that game. They want to loan you money, but they don't want to loan you money if you don't have your stuff tight. You ain't got no pitch deck. You walking in the bank talking about, I got a good idea, man. They don't want to hear that. You got to have all your stuff tight. And come with a commercial name. Don't name your bank, name your LLC or your corporate some hood name or something that you didn't see somewhere on some TV show. Give it a real professional name. They pay attention to all that stuff. Don't name it after you. Give it a real professional name. Don't name it Tammy's Jewelry, stuff like that. Look at that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? John's car wash, Yeah, don't do that. They like, no, we ain't mess with John. John sound like he would, he sound like he got some slick shit going on. Now, don't do John's car wash, Dante's, drapes. Yeah, don't do all of that. Yeah, all them ghetto names. All them ghetto names. Yeah, get out there. You can't do them. That part right there, Tracy. I got you. The spot car washing, All right, y'all. Let's get busy. Let's get busy. Let's get busy. Little to see that little Ray Ray. Yeah. All right, let me switch gears. Look at Darlene. What's up, Darlene? So good to see you, brother. Do me a favor, real quick, you guys, before we dive into this, and shed a light to your stories real quick. That part right there, a real brand name, like really put some energy into your name. But do me a favor, real quick, you guys, and shed a light to your stories real quick if you haven't already done so, please. And let's get the likes up so we can get the medicine out. We got to get serious now. Let's change the channel. Let's change the channel. Let's get into this live. Please, you guys, let's change the channel real quick, and then we'll be fine. Let me say this real quick. I've actually done this, what I'm getting ready to say right now. You can look in every dictionary known to mankind. You can look in every dictionary that has ever been created throughout the history of this planet. Let me tell you what you won't find. What you won't find is the word pain and love in the same sentence. When you look up the definition of the word love, what you won't find is the word pain in there. Nowhere. So if you won't find the word pain in all of the dictionaries throughout mankind, why are you finding it in the relationship you're in? If this person claims to have all this love for you, why is pain a part of the relationship? Why is disrespect a part of the relationship? Why is verbal abuse? I said, you can go and check every dictionary that has ever been created throughout the history of mankind, and you won't find pain, disrespect, abuse, neglect, none of that. So if you won't find it there, why would you find it in your relationship? What's going on here? I love you, but pain comes up with you. I love you, but disrespect comes with you. I love you, but verbal abuse comes with your love. What brand of love are these people giving you? Now, if we can sit and we can't find it in the dictionary, we can sit all day long. I promise you, we go buy every dictionary from every bookstore. You're not going to find it in there. And that has to be your mindset. If I can't find it in the dictionary, why is it in my relationship? Or is it? That's the real question. Or is it? We talked about this a moment ago. You only have two L's in the relationship. You either got love or you're being leveraged. Ain't no other L. You either getting love, which doesn't come with pain, or you're being leveraged. Loyalty is a byproduct of love, because loyalty is what you receive. See, loyalty you can only get loyalty only kicks in your absence. Loyalty doesn't happen in your presence. Real love is the insurance policy for loyalty. See, people won't tell you that. Think about what I'm saying. Loyalty needs an insurance policy on it. And the insurance policy for loyalty is love, meaning love only kicks in in your absence. It doesn't happen in your presence. Your partner doesn't have to be loyal in your presence because you're standing right there. Of course, they're going to act right in your presence. Loyalty doesn't happen until you are not there. Doesn't happen when you're there. And the only thing that can make that person loyal to you is the fact that they have that insurance policy called love. Meaning, the moment that that person comes up and they flirt with them and offer to take them out to lunch or offer to do this or offer to do that, that's when love kicks in to reinforce the loyalty. But if there's nothing reinforcing the loyalty, then what that person is going to do is they're going to be loyal to their needs. They're going to be loyal to their desires. They're going to be loyal to their wants, not loyal to you. Loyalty only happens in your absence. So if you're sitting here right now saying, well, my partner is loyal to me, that's an illusion you selling yourself, because you don't know who they become when they're not around you. You only know who your partner is in your presence. And what you're doing is you're projecting who they are in your presence onto who they are in your absence. And that's when you get blindsided. Anytime that someone has cheated on you, it's because you were living out of the illusion that the version of them that they were in your presence was the same as the version of them that they were in your absence. And then you found out the truth through reality. You selling yourself a whole story. That part right there, if you selling yourself a whole story, you got to keep in mind, you don't know who a person is when they're not around you. See, that's the thing about loyalty. I'm low-key scared of loyalty. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm low-key afraid of it, because loyalty literally needs an insurance policy. Without no insurance policy, the person is going to be loyal to their desires, to their needs, to their wants. They're going to be loyal to the opportunity that's in front of them at that time. Most people are only loyal to the opportunity that's in front of them at that time. That's what they're loyal to. Ain't got nothing to do with you. Think about what I'm saying to you. If you've ever been blindsided in a relationship, if you've ever been betrayed in a relationship, that's what happened. The person was loyal to the opportunity that was in front of them at that time. They went back to being loyal once they got back in front of you. Anytime they're with you, they're loyal to you. When they're not with you, the person is being loyal to the opportunity that's in front of them at that time. And that doesn't mean that's every relationship. But when people lack self-awareness, loyalty becomes dangerous. When you lack emotional intelligence, loyalty becomes dangerous. Why is it dangerous? It's dangerous because that person doesn't understand the impact of their actions. They're only thinking about themselves. We move through the world based upon what's in our best interest at that time. That's how people move before they become awakened. They are moving through the world based upon what's in their best interest at that time. So all that flirting and all of that, doing all of these different things with people that they wouldn't be doing in front of you, in their mind, they're not hurting you because they're not thinking about you, beloved. I'm just being honest. That person ain't thinking about you. People think about you when they're with you. I'm gonna just be quiet. You got to keep in mind, I used to train tiger sharks. Bad motherfucker. The tiger shark, I used to train them. I trained tiger sharks, man. And too many things in that ocean won't see any parts of that tiger shark. So I understand how people move. It's not your fault. So don't blame yourself. You say what? Yeah, it's not your fault. My job is to make sure you game tight. Now you want to live out of them illusions, you can live out of them illusions. You can live out of illusions all day long. I ain't gonna stop you, beloved. I promise you, I won't say a word. But at the end of the day, you got to understand, man, to catch a great white, you got to become one. To catch a lion, you got to become one. To catch a tiger, you got to become one. You got to become one, especially for the females that are on here, for the men too, because we all family, we all a team. But for the women on here, let me tell you what I'm doing, in case you don't know what I'm doing. Let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm teaching you how to think like a man, not just a regular man. I'm teaching you how to think like the most powerful man walking. I'm teaching you how to think like a man. Move like a woman, but think like a man. So, because you already think like a woman. But that's the problem. If you move through the world and you only think like a woman, you're going to get hurt. Same thing for the men. If you move through the world and you only thinking like a man and you don't know how that woman thinks, you're going to get hurt. Because you only see in half the game. You only see in half the field. No, man, you got to see the whole field. So for every single female that's on this, in our mindset master community, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm teaching you how to think like a man, move like a woman, show up like a woman, but understand that person that's sitting across that table from you and what they need and desire at that time. Hang on. And again, this is just before you. This is just before you become self-aware. Once you become self-aware, then you in a whole different game, right? You're in a whole different game. But it's the same thing for the men. You know what I mean? It's not so. This is not just a the women thing. This is the men thing as well. I need you to see the whole field. That's the only way you're gonna be powerful. You only see the situation as a man, or you only see the situation as a woman. You only see in half the game. We talk about this all the time. People really do see you how they need you. And what makes a person place more value on you is when your value increases. The moment your value increases, let me say this to you right now. That person right now that might be neglecting you, that person right now that might not be showing up for you, that person right now that might not be loving you the way you want to be loved, and all these other things like that, let your financial situation increase. The moment your financial situation increases, all that's going to come back. Everything that they were in the beginning is going to come back. Why is it going to come back? Because your value is increased. They can benefit again. Now I can benefit from you again. All of a sudden, the doors are being opened up again, meals being cooked, feet being rubbed, back being rubbed. Oh yeah, we gonna do this and that. All the joy come back. Everything comes back. $1 billion question is what made it leave? You got to ask yourself that when a person stops being and doing everything that they once used to do in the beginning, which is why relationships fall apart. Your relationship is falling apart if it's falling apart because that person stopped doing everything that they want you to do for you in the beginning. That's what's happening. You know that, and I know that. You ain't even got to tell me. I already know what's going on. The person is not doing what they once used to do in the beginning. They ain't even the same version of themselves. Okay, we get that part. The $1 billion question is, what made them stop? Damn what they doing right now. What made them stop? Because if you don't understand what made them stop, you're going to find that in every relationship you enter. You're going to leave that person to jump in another relationship to find the same thing that you just walked away from. If you don't start understanding what's going on. It's going to be a different person. It's going to be the same person wearing a different face. So now we're going to really get into it. You said you stopped giving them attention. They got intimidated by your success. That part right there, nephew. I don't walk through life needing people. You know what I'm saying? So when you moving like that, you know what I'm saying? When you walking through life and you needing people, you're gonna be in trouble, because the moment that person knows that you need them, the moment that that person knows that, automatically they in a whole different category than you are at that moment. They in a whole different bracket of the game now, because they already know you need them more than they need you. See, that's the most dangerous thing in the world. The most dangerous thing in the world is the moment that that person realizes that you need them more than they need you. You'll never be on their level again mentally. You will never be on their level again. The moment that that person discovers that you need them more than they need you, it's over. Because you're gonna have to walk on eggshells, you're gonna have to turn down the volume on your voice, you're gonna have to walk, talk, act a certain way, because the person ain't afraid of losing you. And the reason why that person ain't afraid of losing you, because chances are you didn't already lost yourself. So they ain't got no fear of losing you. The moment that that person realizes that they're the prize, it's game over. They're gonna treat you as such. That's the biggest mistake you can make in a relationship, is to let a person discover that you need them more than they need you. Worst place in the world to be, Fernando. Hey, so good to see you, my brother. So good to see you. I didn't even see you come in. So good to see you. Now, you don't have to be neutral. You got to be powerful. Damn neutral. You got to be powerful. You got to be something that people can't afford to walk away from. If you haven't transformed yourself into something that people can't afford to walk away from, you losing power by the second. Transform yourself into something that people can't afford to walk away from, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, and that's when you win the game. I have no fear of losing anything. Things are afraid to lose me. I got no fear. See, that's what power is. Power is you understanding the value that you bring to the lives of every single person that you come in contact with. That's power. Strength is you understanding strength is understanding who you are. What makes me strong is me knowing who I am. So you need strength, power, and honor. Honor means that I'm gonna honor me no matter what's going on. See, what makes me strong is knowing who I am. What makes me powerful is knowing what I bring to you. And then I've got to honor me at all times. Honor me at all times, meaning that I'm never going to allow anything to be attached to me that's bringing me down, that's changing my vibrational frequency, that's out of alignment with what I want, need, and desire. I would never do that, because I'm honoring me. Period. That could be a drug, that could be a person, that could be an environment, that could be a situation. I'm never going to sit myself in an environment with anything that doesn't give me 5-star respect, 5-star love, 5-star appreciation. I'm just not going to be there. Now, you can be there. I won't be there. I don't give a damn if we on the phone. I don't care if we at the mall. I don't care if we at the bottom of the ocean. The moment the disrespect shows up, I'm out the door. We ain't even got nothing to talk about. Ain't nothing to talk about. Some of you guys entertain way too much disrespect. And every time you sit, for every second you sit there when somebody is disrespecting you, that's a second that you are proving to that person that you have no respect for yourself. For every second that you remain, you lost all respect for you. And they know that. You lost the game already. Again, what makes you strong is knowing who you are. What makes you powerful is knowing the value that you bring to the table of every single person that you come in contact with. Because now you can't be played and you can't be manipulated, because you know exactly how that person is benefiting from you. You can't play me if I know how you benefit from me. You can only play me if I don't know how you benefit from me. And 9 out of 10 people are on this app. You got all these people connected to you, and you don't know how they're benefiting from you. You don't know how much value you bring to the table of these people. You sitting here begging the very person that needs you the most. You didn't catch none of what I just said. I said you sit here begging the very person, begging this person to stay with you, and they need you more than you need them. But you develop some emotional, they really can't make it without you. But they know you don't know your value, so they can manipulate you in that moment, because they know you don't know your value. But low key, that person really needs you. Yeah, they threaten them to walk away, but they really don't want to walk away. Where they gonna walk away to? You paying the bills, you paying the rent, you paying the car notes, you paying it for everything that's going on 9 times out of 10. So what you walking away from the bare minimum? What you walking away from abuse? What are you walking away from disrespect? What are you really losing? If all I'm losing is the bare minimum, I'm not losing anything. That's all you giving me. So what am I losing? I sit and coach people every single day, paying for everything. They pay for the lights, they pay for the bills, they pay for the this, they pay for the that. And you begging this person to stay? And they ain't paying for nothing? You don't know who you are. Got a person riding around with a car in your name, won't come and pick you up. You lost out of your value. You lost out of your value. Once you lose out of your value, it's game over. You got to become something so powerful that people can't afford to walk away from you. Don't give a damn what's going on. That's the whole game. Become something so powerful that people can't afford to walk away from you. People can't afford to manipulate you. People wouldn't dare fumble you. They just wouldn't dare do it. The loss would be too significant. See, when you become that person that can take somewhere, when you become the type of person that can take an individual somewhere mentally, spiritually, and emotionally that they have never been in their lives, you become an indispensable asset. Taking somebody to someplace physically is nothing. Anybody can do that. Anybody can get on the phone with a travel agent and take you to some other state or country. That's easy. When a person can elevate your mind, when a person can elevate your emotions, elevate you emotionally, when a person can elevate you spiritually, now you're talking about somebody. Because it's hard. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's hard to get on the phone and be able to have these powerful conversations like the one we having right now. How many people in your phone can you do that with? Have the type of conversation that we having right now. I can promise you, probably not very many people, if any. You might be the only person in your phone that can do that. So when you find somebody that you can really get and really connect and really build with that person, that's not something that you just want to walk away from. Everybody else is just entertainment in your life. They calling you with your problems, with their problems, and calling you with this is wrong and this wrong is over here and this happened to me at work. Oh, that's chit chat. I'm talking about a person that you can get on the phone with, and when you hang up that phone, you were smarter than when you jumped on the phone. Every single person that I jump on the phone with, when I hang that phone up, they walked away smart. I put that on my life. Every single person that I talk to, I don't give a damn who it is. It could be Barack Obama. Every person that I get on the phone with, when I hang up that phone, you walked away transformed. I don't give a damn if it wasn't but 1%. You were 1% better than when you started that conversation with me to begin with. That's what I'm saying, beloved. That's what I want for you. This is not arrogance, it's alignment. This is just you knowing what you are. This is you knowing what you are and knowing what you bring. That's what makes the relationship powerful. But if you don't know what you are and you don't know what you bring, then anybody can manipulate you. That's the first thing you got to learn, man. Know who you are. We know more about other people than we know about ourselves. The average person knows more about other people than they know about themselves. You got all of LeBron James stats. You know how many awards Beyonce did won. You know when Destiny's Child started. You know what's going on with this group over here, but you don't know that much about yourself. I wish I would settle. Settle for what? What are we settling for? Well, you don't settle for anything. Ever. That's disrespectful for a person to even. But see, this is why I tell you guys. This is a different conversation. So we got to stop. Let me say it this way. What's up, Heaven? What's up, Heaven? So good to see you, beloved. I mean, you're right. What you just said, which what that person just said in the chat. But you're a reflection of what you tolerate. That's it. You're a reflection of whatever it is you tolerate. You are a reflection of what you settle for. You are a reflection of what you accept. See, there's going to be all types of things in life that want your attention. What you give your attention to, you are a reflection of. You got to give that toxic relationship your attention. You got to give that disrespect your attention. You got to give that verbal abuse your attention. You got to give this, trying to give this person giving you less. You got to give that your attention. There's going to be all types of things that want your attention. All kinds of things that require your attention in life. What you entertain, you are a reflection of. It's all about what you entertain. Doesn't matter who I am and what I say and what I bring to the table. It's what you entertain. You can't claim to be some 5-star person, but you entertain in 2-star behavior. You entertain in 2-star this and 2-star that. You claim to be a 5-star person. That doesn't make sense. I appreciate that, beloved. I appreciate that. That part right there, Fernando, that part right there, I'm 5-star everything. And again, that has nothing to do with arrogance. It has nothing to do with ego. It's alignment. You come from the best. Think about who your father is. You come from the best. What are we talking about here? So this is what I'm saying. From this moment moving forward, stop blaming other people. That part right there, dude. From this moment moving forward, stop blaming other people. You losing power. You losing power, baby. You losing power. Every time you go to blame somebody else for why you are where you are, you're losing power. Okay? You met the person you met. You met them because you yourself were far from ready to meet anyone of a higher caliber. Listen to what I'm saying. You met them hang on, you guys. You met them because you yourself were far from ready to meet anyone else of a higher caliber. That's why we meet the people we meet. We meet the people we meet because we were not ready to meet anyone of a higher caliber. All of your relationships leading up to this moment, that's why you met the person you met. Because you weren't ready to meet anyone of a higher caliber yet. You weren't there mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. That's why you met the person you met. They came to show you you. I said they came to show you you. And all you have to do is face the truth. That's where your power lives. All you have to do from this moment moving forward is face that truth. And if you keep running from the truth and you don't put in the work yourself, you're going to meet the same lesson again, wearing a different face. You're going to continue to meet the same lesson, different face, same lesson, different face. So you won't escape it. The very relationship you're running from right now, you're going to run into another one that looks the same. Yeah, you're going to have the honeymoon phase in the beginning. Yeah, it's going to feel great in the beginning. They all do. But at some point in time, it's going to reflect the relationship you're leaving right now or the relationship you're stuck in right now. There's a reason for that. Newsflash. Your brain isn't reacting to the present moment. It's reacting to every moment when you weren't considered. It's reacting to every moment when you weren't chosen. It's reacting to every moment when you weren't loved. That's what your brain is reacting to. Your brain is not reacting to what is happening in this moment right now. I'm telling you, this is universal truth. Your brain only reacts to all of the moments when you weren't considered. It's reacting to all of the moments when you weren't chosen. It's reacting to all of the moments when you were neglected. It's reacting to all of the moments when you weren't loved. And that version of you is what every person who enters your life is coming to reveal. I appreciate that, beloved. Think about what I'm saying. None of your pain is a part of this moment. It's a part of something that has happened in a previous moment leading up to this moment. I'll give you that. This moment is brand new. So if this moment is brand new, and it is, then that can only mean that your brain isn't reacting to this moment. Your brain is reacting to all of the triggers that are showing up in this moment. It's reactivating old triggers based upon people, places, things, situations, circumstances, and all of that. Come on, this is awareness. Your brain isn't reacting to this moment. It's reacting to when you weren't chosen. It's reacting to when you weren't loved. It's reacting when this person didn't show up for you, when this person didn't do this. It's reacting to all of that. And you suffer in life because you're drained. You suffer in life because your brain is trying to predict pain before it happens. That's where all your suffering is coming from. Your brain is trying to predict pain before it happens. We call that anxiety. We call that worry. We call that stress. That's what's happening to you. And you prepare for the worst, not because you want to, but because uncertainty feels unsafe to you. How many of you guys right now, you don't have to put your business all out there. I don't want you to put your business out there. Let me be very clear. Do not put your business on this chat because we don't know who's on this chat. But how many of you guys are having problems in your relationship right now? Just type me. Type me. You don't have to put, again, don't give me your business because we don't want people weaponizing that later. How many of you guys, let me see how many me's we have. Just problems, right, in the relationship right now. Like y'all just kind of going through things. Okay. All right. Got it. What if I were to tell you that you have never had a relationship problem in the history of your life? See, this is why self-awareness is so important. You got to empty your cup. Come on, Jazz. So good to see you, beloved. You got to empty your cup here. What if I were to tell you that in the history of your entire life, you have never had a single relationship problem ever? Not half a problem, not a quarter of a problem, no problems. This is why awareness is so important, you guys. I'm going to take your elevator up so high right now. You don't have relationship problems. You have emotional security problems. Because your worth isn't supposed to be shattered every time someone walks out of your life. Your peace shouldn't disappear every time their partner shifts their mood toward you. And your value shouldn't decrease because someone else failed to see it. See, all of that's happening in you. Ain't got nothing to do with the relationship. And we take those versions of ourselves. Your relationship doesn't produce that. So you don't have relationship problems. You have emotional security problems. You have problems that are going on in you. And you are taking that to the relationship. And you're blaming the relationship for something that it's not creating. Your relationship is a spiritual container. That's it. It will only be a reflection of who you are. If you are strong, the relationship will be strong. If you are weak, the relationship is going to be weak. But the relationship is not the problem. The problem is the emotional security problem that you have. Somebody walks out of your life. All of a sudden, your worth is shattered. This person stops loving you. All of a sudden, your value is shattered. All of these things are happening in you. They got nothing to do with the relationship. But you blame the relationship for things that it's not creating. And that's what keeps you stuck. That's why you never become powerful, because you think the relationship is the problem. No, what you bring to the relationship is what creates the problem, not the relationship itself. Right? So one more time, you don't have relationship problems. Change that language. I got me problems. I need to work on me. I've been so busy trying to build this relationship with this person. I've been so busy investing in them. I've been so busy being everything they want, need, desire. I've been nothing for myself. I haven't done the work on me. That's the problem. And some of you guys have pain that you've experienced in previous relationships that you're still carrying in your new relationship with this person. You ain't fixed the other pain. And what you did was you jumped into this relationship with this new person because they were a distraction. They allowed you to not have to deal with that pain. And that's what they've been for you. So you keep taking all of these unhealed versions of yourself to these relationships. And then you keep blaming the relationship, but it's not the relationship, and it's not the person. It's you, beloved. You ain't took the time to build you. You haven't taken the time to heal you. So you have emotional security problems, but you don't want to look in the mirror. You running from the mirror. And then you run in the arms of some person and they can't fix you because they didn't break you. How that person gonna change something they don't even understand? And how can you fix something that you haven't taken the time to understand? And that's what I'm saying. And so we go and give ourselves to this person, and the person don't know what they dealing with. You got all these emotional security problems going on in you. All these alarms going on in you. Yeah, you got it together, hair done, makeup done, body banging, whatever the case may be, but you got all these emotional security problems happening. Then you blaming the relationship and you blaming the person. The person can only reflect everything that's wrong with you internally, and that's what's happening. So you don't have relationship problems. You have a partner that's reflecting your wounds back to you. You have a partner that's reflecting the unhealed versions of you back to you. And you don't like what you're seeing. That's why you ran from it in the beginning. You didn't like it then. But that's what your relationship was about. It was never designed to complete you. It was designed to reveal you to you. That's what relationships are. That's why they are spiritual containers, because they reveal you to you until there's nothing else to reflect. Now we can get to the unconditional love. Listen to what I'm saying to you. We can't get to the unconditional love until we go to war together. That's how we get to the unconditional love. Going to war together, meaning that we have to transcend the relationship. And we have to transcend the relationship because the relationship is conditional. It's transactional. So we can't get to unconditional love. And it's going to continue to be transactional and conditional until I do the work on me and you do the work on you. And we have a safe space to work on ourselves, where we won't be judged and we won't be ridiculed and we won't be criticized and we won't be all these things. But when you lack self-awareness, you don't understand that that was what it was all about. You've been listening to what somebody said in the movie and what somebody said on some talk show and what you read in some novel, which is nothing about what a relationship is. A relationship is a spiritual container that gives you and your partner a place to lick your wounds, a place to heal where it's safe, where you can be vulnerable and not be judged. That's what it was all about. It had nothing to do with romance. It had nothing to do with walks on the beach. It had nothing to do with date nights. It has nothing to do with Netflix and y'all sitting there booed up. It has everything to do with you guys working on yourself. But what you guys have mastered is paying the bills. What you've mastered is paying the rent. What you've mastered is taking care of the kids. Everything outside of it, you guys never took the time to master yourself. And now them problems are showing up. That's what's happening. Now all of the internal problems are showing up. Now I want out. You should want out. But you can't run from your own feet, and you can't run from your own pain. At some point in time, you're gonna have to look in the mirror and deal with that. See, that was the goal. That was the goal right there that nobody told us about. See, I need my partner. We go to war together. That's how we get to the unconditional love. We go to war together. What does that mean? I'm gonna put my pain out. She's gonna put her pain out, and we're gonna heal each other. We're gonna work on each other, and we're gonna build each other. We're gonna transcend this relationship because the relationship is conditional. It's transactional. You do this for me, I'll do this for you. You love me, I love you. You show up for me, I show up for you. That's weak. That's why everybody in divorce court right now, because you can't operate like that. Not for long, not if you can't sustain that. So as we're working on ourselves, as we're building ourselves, as we increase the emotional intelligence, as we increase the self-awareness, we transcend the relationship. The relationship is just the soil we're planted in. We like two seeds. So the relationship is just the soil we're planted in. We're going to transcend that and get to unconditional love. Once we get to unconditional love, we're going to get rid of the relationship because we don't need it anymore. Why do we not need it anymore? Because we're unconditional love now, beloved. We unconditional love now. We operate in divine love now. We don't need, we here, answer my phone, baby, somebody calling. I'm going to the bathroom, but somebody call, pick up the phone. We on that type of time. We playing cards with the face up now. We ain't got no secrets. That's unconditional love. There's no more secrets. There's nothing else to hide. I don't need you to perform for me. I don't need you to play some character in my life. I don't need to go and get some contract by some government agency to say that we love each other. We transcended all of that. We are emotionally married. We are spiritually married. We are divinely married. That's real marriage. So if something happens to you, you break an arm, you break a leg, you can't walk anymore, you don't have to fear losing me. I'm not going anywhere. That's what it was all about. We didn't made it about walks on the beach. We made it about movie nights. We made it about, oh, let's go here. Let's date night with our friends. We made it about all of these superficial things. And don't get me wrong, those things are just a cherry on the sundae. Those things are beautiful as well. But that's what your relationship can't be predicated on. But most relationships can. Y'all talk more about the bills than you do about your love. You talk more about what's wrong than you do about what's right. You talk more about what's missing than you do about what's there. How can you become powerful that way? My partner gonna go lay down on the floor right now. I'm talking about don't move a muscle. I'm talking about just lay on the floor. Don't do nothing. Just I ain't doing nothing. And it's not gonna change the way I feel. Nothing. It's not gonna change the way I feel at all. Zero. She can literally say, I don't want to do anything else. I'm gonna lay right here on the spot. Well, lay there. Because I've transcended all of that. It's not about performance anymore. Don't get me wrong. When you come into the relationship, it is about performance because you're learning each other. But the whole beauty of the relationship is to transcend the relationship. You don't stay in it, you transcend it. That's like you planting a peach tree seed in the ground, and the seed never breaks the surface of the ground. If it never breaks the surface of the ground, it's not operating out of its purpose. The relationship is supposed to both of you guys are supposed to transcend the relationship into unconditional love. You start in the relationship, that's the spiritual container, but you transcend that and you go into unconditional love where there's no more performing, there's no more masks, there's no more role playing, there's no more expectations being placed on you because your partner is moving in a way. Let me say it this way. You guys have become a single functioning unit. See, a single functioning unit is the most beautiful thing that you can be. It's like synchronized swimmers in the Olympics. If you see synchronized swimmers in the Olympics, we reflect each other. So there's only beauty there. We just made it about the wrong things because we listen to other people. We listen to people that didn't have a fiber of self-awareness in them at all. And they told us what a relationship is, how it works. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what you need your partner to do, and all of these. And you swallowed all of that and you brought that to your relationship. And that's probably why it's not working like it should. I'm telling you, the relationship is just where you start. It's not where you end. Most people start in the relationship and they end in the relationship. Why? Because they never transcended the relationship. You don't stay in a relationship, you transcend it. That's the whole point. I'm in a relationship. How long you been in a relationship? 5 years? You've been in it too long. You should have been transcended that. Yeah, we don't understand that because, and the reason why I'm saying that is because now my partner, I'm telling you, Fernando, see, here's the thing. I got a purpose. Watch this, Fernando. I got a purpose, but my partner has a purpose. That's why we transcend the relationship, because my partner can help me fulfill my purpose even more effectively and more efficiently, and I can help her do the same. That's what it's all about. It's not about the relationship. It's about our purpose. It's about why we're here. It's not about us going to the parties. It's not about us going to award shows. It's not about us hanging out with our friends. It's about a purpose. We were created for a very specific reason. Think about a hammer. That hammer was created for a very specific reason. Your refrigerator or your computer was created for a very specific reason, as are you. You were created for a very specific reason, but the problem is with that is that most people don't know what that reason is. They have no idea. Yeah, you got a job, but that's not the reason why you were created. That's the thing. That's the thing that gives you the ability to keep the lights on. But that's not why you were created. If you don't understand why you are created, you won't feel fulfilled. I don't care how much money you go out and get. I don't care how many cars you get. I don't care how much jewelry or clothes you get. You're still gonna feel empty. Let me tell you what's happening to some of y'all. I know this right now. If I don't know nothing else. Let me qualify that. I'm gonna qualify that right now. Some of you guys feel empty. We're going to slow the conversation down. Some of you guys feel empty. Some of you guys have actually achieved whatever the goal is that you were set out to achieve. And when you achieve that goal, it did give you some temporary joy and some temporary excitement in the beginning. It did. But then it went away. And then you went and did something else. And then that thing gave you temporary joy and gave you temporary excitement. It lasted for a little while. And you felt good about yourself for a little while. But then that went away. And so you've been jumping from goal to goal and from person to person and from thing to thing. And you've acquired all of these things and you've acquired stuff. But none of the things in your life right now fulfill you. You don't feel fulfilled because those things were never designed to fulfill you in that way. Only your relationship with God can. That's the only thing that will sustain you. Nothing else will, because the stuff that we acquire and accumulate, that was never its purpose. Now we've been programmed and conditioned to believe that that was its purpose, and that's why you went chasing it. So that society could see you as a success, so that people could celebrate you, so that they could say you're smart or you're pretty or you're educated or you're a genius. We went out looking for things, not so much for ourselves. We went out looking for things so that we could fit society's definition of what success is. We wanted to be seen in a certain light. I get that part. That was me. But none of the things that I acquired. And here's another thing. If you got to drink, if you got to smoke, if you got to do these things, that's really a qualifier because you really feel empty. When you are operating out of your purpose, you don't need anything. You don't need anything because your relationship with God is so powerful. And when I say your relationship with God is powerful, let me qualify that. Let me clarify that. Excuse me. I'm not talking about religion. I'm not talking about church. I'm not talking about something that's coming out of the Bible. Let us move all of that out of this conversation. None of that is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you discovering your divine essence. I'm not talking about no church. I'm not talking about your pastor. I'm not talking about you reading the Bible. I'm talking about when you discover the divine within yourself, when you discover your purpose, just like that hammer, you know what it's used for. Just like that chair, you know what it's used for. Just like your refrigerator, you know what it's used for. You know why you were born and you know what you are here to do. When you get to that place, now you are fulfilled. And then whatever you add to yourself from there is just cherry on the sundae. Most people are just walking around with the cherries, but there's no sundae there. You got the cherries being a metaphor for the stuff, but there's no sundae there. I know billionaires, depressed, millionaires, depressed, all the money in the world, depressed, because that was never what it was about. That was never what it was about. That was never what it was about. Let me tell you why this is so important. That's that part right there, beloved. That part right there. You're chasing what you think will make you happy. That's what you're chasing. And every person on this live right now is chasing something different. We're all chasing what we think will make us happy, only to get to that thing or to get to that place and discover that it doesn't make you happy at all. And then you're on to the next thing. And so you're on that hedonic treadmill, right? You're on that treadmill of just chasing stuff. You're chasing people, you're chasing bags, you're chasing jewelry, you're chasing perfume, you're chasing cars, you're chasing all of these things that you think are going to make you happy, but none of them are going to make you happy. And here's what's infinitely important for you to understand. There's not a single thing that has ever been created in the history of this planet that has the power to make you happy. There is nothing outside of you, no external event, no external situation. No. What you call happiness is the fulfillment of a desire. You're confusing the two. Desire will bring you temporary joy and excitement. That's what desire brings. So you desired something, you went out and got it, you achieved the thing, you received temporary joy and excitement, and then it went away. And you're confusing that with happiness. You wanted that relationship, it's brought you temporary joy and excitement, and now you're realizing this takes work. You got that big house, and it brought you temporary joy and excitement in the beginning, and now you realize that it takes a lot to clean this bad boy. It takes a lot to keep this up. Come on, man, I'm speaking to somebody right now. I do this every day. So you went out chasing things. There is not a single thing in the history of this planet that has the power to make you happy. Happiness is an internal state of being. That's nothing to do with what you add to yourself. And I can there's two reasons why you're unhappy. If you're unhappy right now, there's two reasons why you're unhappy. You either have something that you don't want, or you want something that you don't have. Those are the only two things that will block happiness's presence in your life. Let me say that one more time. You either have something in your life that you no longer want, or you want something that you don't have. If you're unhappy right now, it's for one of those two reasons. Just look at it. And I can make the argument that the first one is really the worst. You have something that you don't want. That may be a relationship. You don't want it. Your significant other is in your life and you don't know how to get rid of that person. And you don't want it. You got a job that you go to and report to every single day. You don't want it, but you're terrified to leave the job. You have something in your life, the weight on your body, right? You may be carrying a little bit too much weight on your body right now. You don't like that, right? There may be something wrong with your face, something going on, something wrong with you physically. There's something that you have that you don't want. And because you're focusing on that, you're only illuminating the thing. When you focus on something, you only create more of what you already don't want. So if there's something in your life that you don't want and you're focused on that thing, happiness will never be there. Happiness won't. Why? Because you're doing subtraction. Happiness is a state of you doing addition. Happiness comes from you paying attention to what's there, not to you paying attention to what's missing. Happiness comes from addition. Addition equals gratitude. That part right there, you operating at the lowest vibrational frequency if you focusing on what's, again, two reasons why you're unhappy right now. You either have something that you don't want, or you want something that you don't have. Two reasons. See, I can't change what I don't acknowledge needs to be changed. So if you're unaware of that's how you moving through life, you're going to continue to suffer because you're unaware of it. How can you change what you're unaware of? I can only change what I'm aware of. What I'm not aware of is changing me. Don't miss that part. I can only change what I am aware of. But what I am not aware of is changing me. What I am not aware of is shaping me. What I am not aware of is hurting me. You may have some things that are happening in your life right now that you're not aware of due to a lack of self-awareness that's shaping you right now, molding you right now. It's hurting you right now. That's why awareness is so important, because it wakes you up to what you are blind to. That's why you need a relationship. That's why you need a partner, because your partner can see what you don't see. See, when people are walking around saying, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship, I'd rather just be by myself. False. Because you have a blind self. Every person on this app right now, we all have a blind self, me included. Meaning you only can see so much of yourself. That's why you need a partner. When you guys are operating out of unconditional love, because your partner can see things that you can't. Now, you can stay single and stay blind if you want to. You can do that. But you're going to be blind. You don't see, here's the thing. The reason why people say, oh, I'm going to just stay single. You say you staying single because the people in your life keep hurting you. But what you fail to understand is, why do you keep attracting people in your life that's hurting you? See, that's the conversation you need to have. Why do you keep attracting the narcissist? Why do you keep attracting the toxic relationship? Instead of you wasting all your time blaming other people for what they're not doing in your life, why you keep accepting shit that you shouldn't be? That's what you need to keep asking yourself. Why are you tolerating things that you shouldn't? Why are you showing up small? Why are you tolerating the disrespect? Have that conversation with yourself instead of always pointing the finger at what somebody else didn't do and what they didn't give you and how they didn't show up for you. Why don't you start asking yourself, how do these narcissistic people keep showing up in my life? How do these toxic people keep gaining access to me? Because if you don't discover that, then you need to stay single. I said it with my chest and I meant it. Give a damn about how you received it. See, those are the conversations that we don't have. We always want to blame everybody else. And I keep asking, I sit there and listen to people when they're talking. You know, it's what's important is not what's important is not the fact that you were in a toxic relationship. What's important is how do you keep attracting them people in your life? What's important is not the fact that this person was a narcissist. What's important is what attracted them to you. See, those are the questions that we don't ask. And then we sit here and we talking on the phone with our friends, our girlfriends, our homeboy. We sit here talking to people. We always leave out the part of the story where you talk about, oh, I was in a relationship for 2 years and 5 years and 10 years with this toxic person. But then you always fail to leave out the part in the story. Why'd you stay that long? Can I have a conversation with the version of you that tolerated that for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? Can we pull that version of you to the front of the class? Since we so busy pointing the finger at what they didn't do, can we pull the version of you to the front of the class that accepted that for that long? You should have been there day one. The first day when they disrespected you, should have been out the door. What you talking about? We said a year later. I wouldn't have been there 5 minutes later, let alone 5 years. When the disrespect showed up that day, you should have been gone. When the verbal abuse showed up that day, you should have been gone. We're going to put the car in park right here. I don't give a damn if we on the freeway. We got AAA, we got goddamn Allstate, we got goddamn Geico and everybody else. We're going to park this car right here on the freeway. We ain't going to do this. We're going to blow this relationship up, or we're going to get up out of here. Which one we going to do? We're going to put the car in park on the freeway. I don't give a damn what freeway we on. The moment that disrespect came, I'm parking the car right there on the freeway. 18-wheelers shooting past us and everything. We ain't doing that. See, when you're walking through life with this mindset, you don't tolerate all that disrespect. I wish I would tolerate that. You talking about 5 years later, 1 year later, you accepted all of that for that long. You sitting here blaming the person for something that you were accepting. Nah, please. You got the game twisted, baby. You should have put the car in park right there. The disrespect, see, listen, all that takes time. That toxic relationship takes time. That verbal abuse happened one time. Okay, well, and then it happened another time. And then it happened another time. Then it got good to that person. And they kept putting that on you. Where's the version of you that tolerated that? That's who I want to talk to. Where's the version of you that looked the other way? Where's the version of you that kept accepting the apologies? That's who I want to talk to, because that's where the real problem is. We're going to quit blaming the other person because the other person was only reflecting back to you the fact that you wasn't loving yourself. They were reflecting the fact that you don't show up for yourself. They was reflecting the fact that you don't rock with you like you say you do. That's what they were reflecting to you. Because if we took you out of that situation and put me there, the relationship would have been over the first day. We'd have been in divorce court the first day. First day, Your Honor, we got married yesterday. We get the divorce today. What's going on, Mr. Wade? I said we get the divorce, sign the papers, man. I'm talking about we going from the wedding cake to the goddamn divorce court just that fast. I still got cake on my face. I'm still in the tuxedo. We sitting here in the divorce court. We ain't gonna do this. I'm not waking up to this every single day. When you start walking through life like that, I'm talking about I got wedding cake on me still. I'm still in the tuxedo. We got the limo outside. We took the limo from the goddamn wedding to the divorce court. We in the limo, champagne and everything. We get down this hug. We cutting all this shit. We out of here. I'm telling you, y'all don't walk through. You ain't walking through life with the right mindset. I'm just being real. You ain't walking through life with the right mindset. That's the problem, Musa. I'm telling you, little bro. I'm taking the limo from the goddamn wedding. Matter of fact, they still at the reception party. They don't even know we in the limo. They still at the reception. They partying. Nah, there was some disrespect that happened. We jumping out the limo. They think we coming back to the party. Now it's a divorce party. We then went from it being a wedding reception to a divorce party all in the same night. That's how you move. I said we went from the wedding reception to the divorce party all in the same night. And I'm playing craft serious. Come on, Dave. You know we don't move like that. Days, you know we don't move like that. Come on, Steph, you know we don't rock like that. And I'm telling you, because it's that person a pattern is gonna happen. Once you start tolerating all that, that person's gonna build a pattern. Yeah, it didn't happen that first time. But you taught them something when you let them get away with that first time. You taught that person something. It's over with now. I'm telling you. Now I made a mistake. Let's back this limo up to the divorce court and let's go. Yeah. I messed up. I'd rather say I messed up. I'd rather say I messed up right now, and we're gonna break this relate. We're gonna blow it. It's gonna end in the wedding or a funeral. What's what we gonna do? The thing gonna end in the wedding or a funeral. Which one is gonna be? Come on, Valerie. It's going to end in the wedding or a funeral. What's one we doing? Because we ain't doing the disrespect. I ain't in a three-way relationship. I don't do three-way relationships. It's going to be me and you. It's not going to be me, you, and disrespect. It's not going to be me, you, and verbal abuse. It's not going to be you and abuse. I don't date abuse. I ain't never met abuse in my life, and I ain't going to start meeting. I ain't going to meet them through you. I don't want to meet nobody extra. This is how we move. We ain't moving at all. We're going to move together. We're going to move apart. Which one we going to do? I'm just asking. We're going to move together. We're going to move apart because we ain't doing both. Telling you, you got to bring the right mindset. People will play with you. I'm telling you. We ain't doing none of that. I wish my little sister would call me talking about somebody over here abusing me and all of this. I'm coming to get now. We packing. You getting out of here. I don't give a damn where you go. You're gonna be at the Motel 6. You're gonna be somewhere. You won't be here. See, it's mindset. I didn't train her up and gave her up that he know that when I ever even if you raise your eyebrows too high, she out of here. If I just see your eyebrows go up just a little bit too high, I'm out. You thinking too much. Get all that thinking out of it. Get all them thinking people out your life. All them people huffing and puffing. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna work either. But if you come in here with that mindset that it ain't gonna work, ain't nothing gonna work. That's the whole point of life. All the people, oh yeah, I don't know. You doing all that huffing and puffing. You breathing too hard. Let me get you outside. You need to step outside. You got too much air coming out of you. All the people that's huffing and puffing and I don't know and you sure and all of that. Get all them uncertain people, all that uncertainty about your life. The moment I tell somebody an idea and they get to huffing and puffing, I'm out. You're the wrong person. We ain't supposed to know whether or not it's going to work. We ain't done it before. That's the whole point. You ain't never done it. I ain't never done it. That's the point. But if you bring in the wrong mentality to the situation, of course it ain't going to work. You already negative. We ain't even started. We still got the plastic on the thing. You sitting here with a negative mindset already. Wish I would. Yeah, come on, dude. They already starting out wrong. We just got started. Of course, we don't know what's going to work. We don't know what's going to work or what's not going to work. But what we know is if we bring the wrong mindset to it, it's damn sure ain't going to work. Because that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. The moment you start bringing the wrong mindset to it, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Of course, it ain't going to work now. I don't even want to do it no more. You didn't came with all this negativity. I don't even want to do it anymore. I'm through with it. Just let it go. Shit. Let it go. Come on, that right there, I love that. Swim and drown season. That's what it is. I love that. We need to coin that. That's what it is. It's swim and drown season. What are we doing? That's how we moving now. Come on, big homie. That's how we moving now. It's swim and drown season. We gonna swim and drown. Which one we gonna do? That's what you ask your partner. We gonna swim and drown. Which one we gonna do? We can't do both. We can't do both. We gonna swim and drown. See, when you start getting the people, as soon as that disrespect comes away, we stop free. We gonna stop right here free. I don't give a damn where we at. We at the Waffle House. We at the Walgreens. Anything with wall in it. We gonna stop right here. We ain't moving another. We gonna swim or drown. Which one we gonna do? Because I can't let that be introduced into the relationship. I tell you guys this all the time. Both of you guys are guardians at the gate of that relationship. You guard one side of that gate. Your partner guards the other side of that gate. Whatever gets past your gate is on you. Let me say that one more time. You and your partner are both guardians at the gate of the relationship. Okay, here it is. This is one gate. This is the other gate. Now, here's the thing. You don't know what's going on at their gate. You are totally blind to what's going on at the gate that they protect. You only know what's happening at your gate. So your job is to make sure that nothing gets past your gate that you don't want in that relationship, because anything that you allow to get past that gate becomes a permanent part of the relationship. That's the part I don't want you to miss. Anything that gets past that gate becomes a permanent part of the relationship. For example, bullshit is going to become a permanent part of the relationship. Disrespect, you let it get past that gate, it's going to become a permanent part of the relationship. Verbal abuse, you let it get past that gate, it's going to become because it wasn't in the gate before. Think about what I'm saying. When the relationship started, nothing wasn't past the gate. So if something got past that gate, it's because you allowed it. If something gets past that gate, it's because you accepted it. That's why I'm saying you got to go hard. But no, we putting the car, no, stop. Because this is not getting ready to become, see, for some of you guys, let me tell you what happened. For some of you guys, your partner may have even introduced, let's bring somebody new into the relationship. I should have said this a long time ago. For some of you guys, you've been approached by your partner about bringing someone new into the relationship. Let's bring someone new. One more time. Here's the relationship. This is the gate. This is the gate. The relationship is in the middle. Okay? So your partner came and said, we just gonna do it one time. That's what they sold you. That's how they got you. They got you because they sold you on the idea, let's just do it one time. Let's just try it out. And you weren't really with it, but you love your partner so much that you were willing to do it for them. Wasn't your thing. But again, you love your partner so much that you figured you would do it for them. So you really did it for them. Here's what's important to understand. The day that activity happened, I'm gonna give it there where you guys were. The day that activity happened, you guys all came together. The relationship was ruined that day. Ruined meaning it would never go back to what it was in the beginning, ever. It was over with forever. The original relationship was destroyed. The original relationship was destroyed. And something new was born from that relationship. Because see, you gave your partner a taste of something different. That was the worst mistake in the history of worst mistakes. If you weren't enough, you should have walked away. That should have been your mindset. If I am not enough as I am currently constructed, baby, I'm sorry. And you should have walked away. Because what your partner was telling you is that I need more than you. That's really what they were saying. I need more than you. And chances are that may have been something that they've already done prior to even knowing who you were. Now, they may have told you, I ain't never done this before. That's what everybody gonna say. That's what they're supposed to say. I ain't never done it before. You the first time. I just want to experience it with you. I coach people on this every day. And in your mind, you're so afraid to lose the person, but you already lost the person. The person that you were originally with and when the relationship began, that person is over with. You ain't got that person no more. That person is gone. And here's the thing. If you say no, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go do it behind your back. If you say no, they're going to say, okay, cool. But in that moment, you just signed the death certificate for the relationship you in, because they're gonna go do it. They're gonna do it. They just gonna do it without you. See, when I'm bringing it to you, I'm gonna let you be a part of it. But the moment that you tell me that you don't want to have anything to do with it, I'm gonna say, okay, cool. I'm gonna just do it without you now. I'm gonna do it still because it's already in me. That's why I'm bringing it to you, because it's already in me. And it's so much in me that I'm bringing it to you, because at some point in time, it's getting ready to erupt. So when that person brought that to you, you signed off on it. The relationship was over that day. But if you didn't sign off on it, they just went and did it without you. So either way, you was in trouble. Your partner was showing you who they really are in that moment. That's the whole point, not to be missed. They were showing you who they really are. Bottom line. That's why they brought it up. That's why they brought it up. So you were in a lose-lose situation. You were either going to do the thing and the relationship was going to be ruined, or you were going to not do the thing and then your partner was just going to go do it without you. So in that moment, there was no way for you to win. There was no way for you to walk away from that situation a winner. There was no way. The relationship is over. It'll never go back to being what it was before that happened. Everything will be different. Everything has changed. It's all over with. It's lose-lose. It's lose-lose. Only way it's not lose-lose is if that's your thing. If that's your thing, then it's not lose-lose. If that's your partner's thing, and if that's your thing, then it's not lose-lose at all. It's only lose-lose if that's not really your thing, but you only did it because you love your partner, right? If you did it just because you love your partner, you just want to make them happy. You would do anything to make them happy. Then it's not. Then that's something, that's different. But if that's your thing, then you didn't lose anything. But if that's not your thing, you lost everything. You lost everything. That part right there. And here's the thing. I love that, Sonia, but it's not even love that kept them blind. It's their attachment that kept them blind. Love wasn't in it at all. This is the attachment, because if the person genuinely loved them, they would have never wanted to do that in the beginning. If the person genuinely loved them, they would have never wanted to do that. So that was the attachment. That person had an attachment to them, and they had an attachment. Love went nowhere in there, because genuine love would have never even asked a question. Genuine love would have never even asked that question, because genuine love wouldn't have needed anything outside of that person. Why do I need to go and get something outside of my partner if I'm getting everything that I need from my partner? I would have never needed that. I wanted something outside of my partner because there's something missing in me. It has nothing to do with the person. There's something missing in me. There's something that's off with me spiritually. Something is off with me. Something is wrong with me. I have some deep pain in me that my partner can't fix. I have some deep pain in me that drugs can't fix, this can't fix. And so I'm just running from person to person to person to person to person. See, here's the thing. And that's how people who are in that deep pain, they'll get, watch this. When a person is in that level of pain, you really can't give them everything that they need. And you don't know how deep that pain runs. So let me tell you what they do. They get 25% of what they need from you. 25% of what they need from this person over here. 25% of what they need from this person over there. And they will piece together everything that they need, but they can't find everything that they need in one person. And when they can't find it, I'm gonna just be quiet. I'm gonna just be quiet. You know, it's again, that doesn't have anything to do with you. Don't That has nothing to do with you. That has everything to do with you not understanding your partner is wounded to such a degree that you can't imagine. And you don't have the power. You don't have the ability to fill those wounds, to fill those voids in them. So that person will get whatever they can get from you, but you can't give them all of what they need, not because there's something wrong with you. So they'll get what they're getting from you. And then they'll get what they can get from this person over here. And they'll get what they can get from this person over here. And the combination of every single person that they're dealing with is soothing those wounds, right? And that's how people are able to do that. That's why people date multiple people like that or in multiple relationships like that. It's really because the wound in them, and it's stemming from something that happened in their childhood. But the wounds in them run so deep that you can't. Now you are able to satisfy certain things, but you just can't satisfy everything. And here's the thing: you really don't have the ability to satisfy everything, and the people that they're cheating on you with don't have the ability to satisfy everything because it can't come from an external solution. It can't come from an external source. They can't solve their internal problems from an external source, but in their mind, they think they can. Those people are just band-aids to the wounds that are there. That's all they are. Every single person that they're running to is just a band-aid. It's just a distraction from the pain. It's not healing the pain, it's distracting them from it. That part right there, Kels, that part right there, beloved. Man, ain't nothing being healed. Let's never get that confused, but they are being distracted from it. I coach people on this every day. Why does he need all of these people? Why does she need all of these people? Because that's where her level of pain is. That's where his level of pain is. It's nothing to do with you. You can take it personal if you want to, but why would you do that? It's nothing to do with you. That part right there, Tara, that part right there, beloved, it's an internal problem, and they're trying to fix it from an external perspective, and they never will. And at some point in time, hopefully they'll wake up and understand that. I'm telling you. I see it every day. See, this is what we have to understand. Suffering and pain are a divine push. There are two types of pain in this world. Number one, the pain that hurts you. Number two, the pain that changes you. It's only two types. There are two types of pain in this world. Number one, the pain that hurts you. Number two, the pain that changes you. The choice is always yours because you're the one that has to attach meaning to the pain. It's not the pain that hurts you, it's the meaning that you assign to it. It's the meaning that you attach to it. That's what hurts you, not the pain, the meaning you give it. Will you let your pain become your prison or your teacher? Will you let your pain become your prison or your teacher? The pain in your life is giving you an opportunity to evolve beyond the situation that's causing you to experience the pain to begin with. Did you catch what I just said? I said the pain in your life is giving you an opportunity to evolve beyond the situation that's causing you to experience the pain to begin with. Most people don't grow from their pain because they're too busy clinging to the thing that's causing the pain. That's why they don't grow from it. We spend so much energy protecting ourselves from pain that we forget to listen to what it's trying to teach us. The pain in your life is a messenger. It's a divine push. It's revealing where your boundaries don't exist. It's revealing where the unconditional love in you doesn't exist. It's revealing that you don't have a powerful relationship with yourself. Pain is teaching you something right now. It's teaching you where your boundaries don't exist. It's teaching you where the love that you say you have for yourself doesn't exist. It's teaching you where you're showing up small. It's teaching you that you're tolerating the disrespect. It's teaching you that you're not living out of your authenticity. It's teaching you things. The $1 billion question is, are you listening? How can it teach you something if you're not paying attention? You're so busy clinging to the thing that's causing the pain that you don't understand what the pain is trying to teach you. Most people are clinging to the very thing that's hurting them the most. Most people are loyal to what's hurting them. The greatest version of you isn't created by motivation. The greatest version of you is created by pain. One more time. The greatest version of you is not created by motivation. The greatest version of you will be created by your pain. The pain in your life is there because it refuses to let you stay where you are. See, that's what you need to. That's how you know it's a divine push. That's how you know. The pain in your life refuses to let you stay where you are. It's like, hell no, you ain't staying here no more. You're not staying in this relationship. You're not staying at this job. You're not staying in this situation no more. We're not doing that anymore. That's the divine push. One more time, the pain in your life is there because it refuses to let you stay where you are. If everything if everything is in alignment with God, if everything in your life is in alignment with your highest and best self, guess what won't be there? Pain. So if there's pain in your life, something's out of alignment. If there's pain in your life, somebody's not telling the truth. If there's pain in your life, you're not operating from your highest and best self. Pain doesn't show up when everything is going right. Pain shows up when things are going wrong, dead ass wrong. That's when pain shows up. Pain shows up when you tolerate disrespect. Pain shows up when you tolerate abuse of any kind. Pain shows up when you're out of alignment with your highest and best self. That's the only time pain shows up. The pain in your life is not here to punish you. It's here to propel you. Don't look at your pain through the lens of victimhood because that only keeps you in the story of what happened. It's time for you to view your pain as something happening for you versus something happening to you. That's the difference. That's the paradigm shift. View your pain as something that's happening for you instead of something that's happening to you. And the moment you do that, everything shifts. There's the paradigm shift. See, pain introduces you to your potential because it demands movement. That's what I love about pain. It demands movement. Pain is its own form of intelligence. It's not to make you suffer. The pain is designed to elevate you into who you are always meant to be. That's why it's there. Not to make you suffer, but to help you elevate into who you were always meant to be. Here's what you need to understand about pain. I need you to catch this with your whole spirit. Pain is your body's voice. It's like your body is communicating with you. Whether that be physical pain, emotional pain, psychological pain, if you're experiencing pain on any level, your body is trying to talk to you. It's trying to have a conversation with you. Get all these distractions out of your life so that you can hear what your body is trying to communicate to you. See, the $1 billion question is, are you listening? Or are you more focused on the very thing that's causing you to be in pain to begin with? That's our problem. We're so focused on the thing that causes the pain that we can't listen to the pain. We're so busy chasing the pain that we never understand it. We're chasing the very person that causing the pain in our lives. I don't know how to let go, coach. The same way you taught yourself how to hold on. You teach yourself how to let go the same way you taught yourself how to hold on. The pain in your life is trying to tell you that you are out of alignment with your highest and best self. Period. It's trying to tell you that you are hanging on to something that no longer adds value to your life. That's the most important thing. The pain in your life is trying to tell you that you are hanging on to something that is no longer adding value to your life. Because if it was adding value to your life, there wouldn't be any pain. Wouldn't be any pain. Here's the real problem. Let me tell you the real problem. People seek to understand others more than they seek to understand themselves. That's the real problem. People seek to understand others more than they seek to understand themselves. So we stay stuck. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We getting ready to hit another level right now. We getting ready to hit another level right now. How many of you guys, type me in the comments, how many of you guys have heard the phrase, hang on, these people popping up left and right. Type me in the comments. Soleil, what's up, beloved? Type me in the comments if you have heard the phrase hurt people, right? Type me in the comments. Type me if you've heard the phrase hurt people. 70 means we got it. All right, we've all heard that. Okay, big homie, I see you, family. The question was, how many of you guys have heard the phrase hurt people? Did you know there's a catastrophic problem with that? There's a catastrophic problem with that. See, that's why self-awareness is so important. We're missing a whole piece to that. There's a whole component to that that no one ever talks about. This is why we don't, it just sounds good. It's bumper sticker talk. If you don't have the piece that I'm getting ready to give you right now, it's bumper sticker talk. Water cooler talk. It sounds good. Hurt people, hurt people. You see people, it sounds good. But you're leaving out the most important component to it. That's like leaving sugar out of cake. Yeah, it look good, but it don't taste good. There ain't no medicine gonna be here if you don't understand this second component to it. Here's the problem. We've been missing a huge piece to the puzzle because we forget to talk about the second part of that equation. There's a second part to that equation, which is the fact that hurt people attract hurt people. That's where the medicine lives. Hurt people attract hurt people. That's the problem. Yeah, we get the fact that hurt people hurt other people. Okay, we're going to put that over here. Because that's not the problem. The problem is you were hurt. That's why you attracted them. We meet people, we talk about this all the time, on the same level of psychological wounds that we carry. So hurt people attract hurt people, and then when that person comes in, then they project more pain on you. They cut you just a little bit deeper than you were before you met that person. But that's not what's important. What's important is the fact that you attracted that person into your life to begin with. Because what they don't tell you is this: healed people don't attract hurt people. That's what they should have been telling you. See, that's what they didn't tell you that they should have been telling you. Come on, turning heads, we got to teach them, beloved. Healed people don't attract hurt people, so we miss all of that. But nobody talks about that part. All you hear is hurt people, hurt people. No, hurt people attract other hurt people that hurt them further. So we leave out that whole second part of the equation. And then what's really important is the fact that healed people don't attract the narcissist person. Healed people don't attract the verbal abuse. Healed people don't attract people that project their pain, because I've done the work on myself. See, that's the part that we don't talk about. I missed the toxic relationship because I put in the work on myself. That's the part we don't talk about. I can't tell you what a toxic person looks like because I'm operating from a different vibrational frequency. The toxic person is operating from here. I'm way up here. I don't see them people. The same way that rich people living in Beverly Hills don't see poor people. They don't see them people. Poor people ain't walking down their street. They don't see them. They see other rich people because they're around rich people all day. When you heal yourself, you're only going to be around healed people. You don't see hurt people. You don't attract hurt people because you're not in those environments. Not because you're blind. You're just not in them environments. You vibrate from a different frequency. When you become a millionaire or a billionaire, whatever it is you become in life, you're going to hang out in environments. You're going to be at the golf course. You're going to be at these day spas. You're going to be at the best hotels, the Ritz Carltons of the world and the Four Seasons of the world. You're going to be at the best places in the world. You're not going to see all that low level stuff. Not because you are insensitive, just because you move in different. Same thing when you heal yourself. You're not in environments where you meeting all these low vibrational people. You just don't see them. I can't tell you what a narcissist looks like. Or I can't tell you what a toxic person looks like. I vibrate too high. I don't attract people like that. I just don't attract them. Not because I think that I'm better than anyone, because I put the work in. When you put the work in, you don't have to worry about all of that. I don't have to walk around all these boundaries and standards. I don't have to do that. I don't need all of that. Because I put the work in. I don't attract people like that. You need all them boundaries and all them rules and all them ways that people have to jump over these hurdles to get to you. That means that you're still operating from lower mind. You haven't transcended all of that. When you transcend all of that, you don't worry about all of that. I wish I would put a boundary in place. Put a boundary in place for what? To protect me from what? I'm walking away the moment disrespect come out your mouth. We ain't gonna even get nowhere. So I don't need a boundary. I need a boundary for it. I don't need boundaries. I don't need standards. I don't need requirements. I just need to know who I am. When I know who I am, I don't have to worry about anything. The moment that disrespect come out your mouth, the conversation was over there. So I don't need a boundary. The moment that the verbal abuse, the moment that when I heard I was out. Your had me worried. I was gone. I'm just being, come on, Dax, we got to, and you don't have to. So when I hear people talk, oh, I got standards and, I've got, you're not there yet, baby. You still need to work on yourself. You don't need all of that. When you become the most powerful version of yourself, you don't need all of that. That's like a lion walking around trying to say, I'm tough. We know you tough. You ain't got to prove that. When the last time you seen a lion trying to impress you with how strong or how powerful he is, he don't have to do that. He knows what he is. He ain't got no standards and no matter. Come over here and play. That's what he gonna tell you. Come over here with that foolishness and I'm gonna show you. That's it, that's all. Ain't no boundaries, ain't no standards. He ain't got standards, he ain't got no boundaries, he just knows who he is. And when you start walking through life and you know who you are, you don't tolerate the BS, so it ain't gonna show up to you. People come to you playing when you don't know who you are. They come and they try to manipulate you when you don't know who you are. They come and try to take advantage of you when you don't know who you are. When you know who you are, then they miss you with all of that. People know who to play with. Every person on this app right now has grown up in some city, grown up in some environment where you had that one person in your neighborhood where you knew, don't play with him. He ain't even have to say nothing. You knew, don't play with her. You knew it. People know who to play with. You just have to become the type of person where people don't play with you no more. That's it. And you become the type of person that people don't play with you no more when you just walk away from the BS. It doesn't mean that you tough. We ain't talking about tough. You just walk away from the BS. You just don't tolerate it. Hang up the phone immediately. As soon as they started disrespecting, you was on the phone too long. As soon as you tell me, Coach, I was on the phone for a whole minute. They was disrespecting me. You was on the phone too long. You should have hung up the first 5 seconds. Left them talking to AT&T. That's who you should have left them talking to, AT&T. You can take all that BS to AT&T. They're going to listen to you all day. I'm going to give you 1 second. As soon as the disrespect comes, I'm hanging up the phone. My hang up game is quick. I keep telling you guys, you got to up your delete game. Your delete game too slow. See, when you start upping your delete game, people, I'm telling you, people gonna be so they ain't gonna wonder, they're gonna be so afraid to fumble you. My delete game is vicious. Some of y'all, your delete game is weak. You stay too long. You tolerate too much. You accepting too much. Your delete game is too weak. That's why people doing the things they doing to you. Your delete game is weak. My delete game like that, it's instant. Because I ain't losing nothing. You don't belong to me. What am I losing? You don't belong to me. So what am I losing? Think about what I'm saying. What am I actually losing? You're going to project your pain onto me and I'm going to sit here and entertain it? Please. I lose nothing. I gain. Actually, I gain everything when I let you go because I don't have time to fix what I didn't break. So I'm just going to walk away from that. I'm going to let you go and give that to somebody else. Come on, Reese's Pieces. We ain't losing nothing. What we losing, Reese's Pieces? We ain't losing nothing. Trust me, there will be another you walking down the street somewhere that's going to recognize the value that I bring to the moment and they're going to appreciate it. And we're going to have a good relationship and that's what it's going to be. Delete game vicious. I'm talking about my delete game 5-star. If they had the Olympics for the delete game, I'll tell you, I have 4 gold medals right now. Right now, full of medals. I have a neck full of medals right now. Y'all be like, damn, Coach, we can barely hear you because the medals be swinging when you talking. I'm telling you, you gotta, because people will play, because you gotta understand that's a pattern that person is. Once that person knows that they can disrespect you, once they know they can just say what they want to say, once they know they can just be slick, once they know all of that, that's a pattern that you open the door for. I tell you guys this all the time. Every relationship, you guard one side of that gate, They guard the other. Whatever gets past your gate is your responsibility. I'm not worried about what that person tried to give you. I'm worried about what you accepted. I'm not worried about what they said. I'm worried about what you heard. And then I'm worried about what did you do after you heard what you heard? What did you do? I don't give a damn about what they said. What did you do? Well, coach, I sat there and I was trying to tell them that you don't talk to me like that. You lost the game. Why you treat me like this? You lost the game. Why are you talking to me like that? You lost the game. You lost all your value. The moment you say something like that, that's coming from the weakest version of you. The moment you come for something like that, that's coming from your attachments. The moment you say something like that, you still want the person more than you want yourself. That's the problem. Why are you talking to me like this? Why you treat me like that? That's the weakest shit you could ever say out your mouth. I'm talking about weak. You better not ever be around me and me hear you say something like that. I'm going to get a ticket pulling out the parking lot. I'm going to be moving so quick. I'm talking about I'm going to be moving so quick. I'm getting pulled over by the highway patrol, the goddamn Coast Guard. Everybody getting ready to pull me over. The moment that I hear something like that, you say something, I'm out. Be the last time you see me. I teach DMP. See, you can't just have self-awareness. That's what's important for y'all to understand. I teach self-awareness and I teach self-mastery, but I also teach DMP. I also teach BDM. Because sometimes if you just all self-awareness, you're gonna be too soft. That part right there, Kev, I know you listening, Kev, because you threw me a live from 5 or 6 lives ago. What you gain from that? You better make it good. Whatever you gain from that, you better make it good. That disrespect that you just tried to dish out, that you tried. The key word was there that you tried. The key, I said try. I said try was the key word. See, that's the thing right there, because we ain't gonna get past that. Hold on, wait a minute, hold on. We ain't gonna get past that. See, the relationship can only become toxic if I allow that to continue. I said I allow. I ain't said nothing about them. The relationship can only be toxic if I tolerate that, if I accept that, if a pattern gets developed. How did we get to the toxic relationship? It got to be a series of things. The toxic relationship don't happen in one day. Think about what I'm saying to you. Toxic relationships don't happen in one day. No, it takes a series of things to develop that pattern, to make that. There's no one day. You ain't never heard of a one-day toxic relationship. Nobody's in a one-day toxic relationship. That takes time. You got to build that. Hell no. I told you I train lions, man. I teach baby tiger sharks how to swim. All right, I'm gonna set my mic down right there. Wish I would. Come on, turning heads. We gotta let them know. We don't do that. We do everything but that.